Fashion stepped up to help after the New York City neighborhood of Rockaway was ravaged by Hurricane Sandy in October of 2012. The community along New York's coast looked like a war zone. Many residents were left with nothing but the clothes on their backs and in desperate need of supplies. Then, fashion came to the rescue.
For me, fashion is this glamorous armor that we have that helps us sometimes face more difficult things. And if you feel like you've been pampered or taken care of or protected in something beautiful, it often helps you get through far more devastating things. And the truth is that in this case, fashion was really needed. They needed warm coats, they needed jeans, they needed work boots, they needed hats, scarves, kids needed clothes.
Stevenson has operated an assistance organization called Glam for Good for years, but post-Sandy was the first time they did disaster relief. Using social media and exploiting connections in the fashion industry, Stevenson started with diapers, flashlights, and other essentials.
On Twitter or Facebook, we would say, I need kids' gloves. It was freezing cold in Rockaway in the middle of the winter. There was no electricity, there was no heat. There was kids out there that were cold. Their hats, their scarves, their mittens had been washed away. So I would say to a brand like C. Wonder or H&M, I need gloves and kids' hats. And within 45 minutes, these brands would have these products at my door.
Calvin Klein gave leather jackets, men's suits, and women's clothing. Designer Rachel Roy donated clothing and personal supplies. Uniqlo and H&M handed over racks and racks of clothes for men, women, and children. Nine West gave handbags. Alexis Bitar, BCBG, and Swarovski gave jewelry. But more than that, the fashion movers and shakers organized free shopping sprees for Sandy victims living without electricity in places hard hit by the storm, like the town Rockaway.
It was amazing. The people are just so happy. I hear stories all the time. People show me the things that they've got from that day. And I know my cousin went. She's a school teacher. She lives in East Rockaway, which is a similar town, and she lost most of her clothing, so she was able to get a suit to wear to work. She got a pair of shoes, a pocketbook, some jewelry to accessorize it, and she was so set. She was so happy. And it just gives you, it takes away from the day-to-day.
Back at her studio, Stevenson talked about watching fashion's power to heal.
I see in such a short amount of time the transformative power that fashion has to make people feel good. And it is such a beautiful thing to see. And so anyway, and I can sprinkle the sparkly fairy dust anywhere, I will. And I'm so grateful for all of the brands that help so many people.
At the end of the day, for some, fashion can be the best medicine.